Okay, so I'm gonna record this intro now so that it can be included in all of my future videos. What I say, unless I am reading scripture or directly quoting a prophet, is my opinion and my opinion alone. I might follow the archaeological evidence or the science that exists, but it is mine and it is my opinion. It's not the church's opinion, it's no one else's. It's just mine. So this little clip here will go in front of every other video I make so that people can't say that I'm misrepresenting the church. Hey brothers and sisters, friends, all those watching, all those that choose to watch my channel, if there are any at all. So there's been quite the controversy between members. And it's all been over the COVID immunization. And it's not even an immunization, it's an inoculation. But none of that matters. Like, that's the point. Okay. My issues with what's been going on. And I kind of voiced them last time. So here's what's up. Firstly, the first presidency put out what it was known as an executive announcement, telling members of the church that they were being advised to get the inoculation. And there have been hundreds upon thousands, possibly even millions of people out there who are members of the church who are going, well, but I feel for myself that I'm not supposed to get the inoculation. Great. No one's making you get it. People say, oh, it's not a commandment. I got news for you. If the prophet says it, if the prophet signs an announcement saying that you need to get it, it's a commandment. It's God's will. No one makes you do it. No one at all. No one makes you not have premarital sex. No one makes you not do these other things. But it's for the benefit of your physical body, which is part of your soul. But no one's going to make you get it. Now, here's the real kicker, is a lot of people have been comparing it to the word of wisdom. And saying, well, the word of wisdom is not a commandment. The word of wisdom is a commandment. And when it was issued out, it said not by command or constraint, but this is my will. This is what I want you to do. In other words, I'm not going to hold a gun to your head and make you do it. It's your choice if you do it or not. But you should probably be doing it because this is how I live. Again, no one's going to make anybody do anything. It's up to you. It's your choice. It's your choice whether you listen to the prophet's voice or not. Whether you obey the issuance of the Lord or not. Now, that's all fine and dandy. That's cool. But you can't tell me that it's not from the Lord. I prayed not about getting the inoculation because I'd already gotten it. I got that a long time ago because my work required it. But I'm not even going to go there. So, I didn't pray about getting the inoculation. I prayed about whether or not the announcement was given to us from the Lord. And guess what? The affirmation I got was just that, an affirmation. It was a positive one. I received notification from the Lord that yes, this announcement that the first presidency put out, that was an executive announcement, came from him. Again, you don't have to do it. No one's going to make you. But it came from the Lord. Yes, it came from the executive side, but that's still revelation. The prophet runs the church on revelation just like he's supposed to. Okay, so there's that. The second thing that's been bothering me is people and masks. Well, I don't want to wear a mask. If you haven't been inoculated, then you have to wear a mask. That's what the executive that's the other thing the executive announcement said. There was no option there. Receive the inoculation or wear a mask. In most cases around Utah, there are many, many places here in Utah and in other places around the world where even if you receive the inoculation, you still have to wear a mask. Because it's not a vaccine. It boosts your immune system in such a way that you can better fight off the virus. It's an inoculation. When a vaccine comes out, a vaccine will come out. But until then, it's an inoculation. And it doesn't matter. Masks are by law required in many places. If you don't want to wear a mask, don't go to those places. And since whether or not masks are required in your ward house by your ward is dictated by your bishop and revelation to him, saying, I'm not going to wear a mask in sacrament meeting and I'm not going to get the inoculation. If your bishop says you are going to wear a mask, you're going to wear a mask or you're going to leave. And the bishop has the right to say that because he's the one that has revelation for the ward. And while you can receive revelation for yourself through prayer over whether or not you should get the inoculation, you don't get to make that decision for the rest of the ward. It's been bothering me. That so many people are up in arms over wearing a stupid little mask. It's a stupid little mask. Put it on. It doesn't stop you from breathing the air. It doesn't stop you from doing the things you want to do. Look at it this way. Most people think of commandments as a bunch of things you can't do. Oh, you can't have premarital sex. Oh, you can't drink alcohol. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't, right? That's how a lot of people view the commandments. Yet the truth is, those restrictions free you more than the restrictions they place upon you. Not having premarital sex means you're less likely to get a sexually transmitted disease. It means that you're not going to have children outside of wedlock, so you don't have to pay child support before you're married. It means you're not going to have children before you're ready for them. It means that you're going to have only the one sexual partner, which means you're going to be happier with that partner. It frees you from unnecessary burdens. And yet, people insist that the mask is a restriction. It's an invasion of their rights. Okay, well, so are the commandments. It's not the point. That one little restriction gives you so much more freedom. So accept the freedom and put on the stupid mask. It's a mask. It's not walls that bind you. People complain about the little cloth masks that are 2 layers thick. That's the one I hear the most complaints about, is that they have to wear a mask at all. It's a cloth mask that's 2 layers thick. 2 layers. I wear a mask that is 5 layers thick. I'm wearing a KN95 mask. And I even had to stitch over my stupid vent hole, even though it's an inhalation vent, not an exhalation vent. I had to stitch over it. So I sewed over that. So in that area, I'm breathing through even more material. Guys, it's a mask. If I can breathe through this, and I have asthma, and I have no issues breathing through this. If I can breathe through this big, thick, honking piece of junk in order to keep my family safe and keep everyone else around me safe, you guys can put on a stupid cloth mask for a couple of hours every Sunday so that you can go to church. I put it on everywhere I go. I wear my mask into restaurants. I wear it into grocery stores. I wear it to work. And yes, I work 12 hours a day. So I wear it for 12 hours straight. I put that mask on everywhere I go. No exceptions. I know that it's a little bit inconvenient to have to wear a mask. I agree. It's inconvenient. It's not fair. Especially when you're dealing with all the kind of stuff that I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with all kinds of medical issues right now, guys. And the mask is just... it's a big deal for me. I don't want to wear it. I hate wearing it. And yet I do. It's not that big of a deal to wear a little dinky 2-layer mask. It's 2 layers of cloth. It's like breathing through a pillowcase. It's super easy. And yeah, it may not be the most comfortable thing to do. But sometimes doing stuff that's uncomfortable makes us the most free. Alright, guys. I'm going to leave you with this. I want everybody to think about the freedoms that they give up by not wearing a mask. I want you to think of the freedoms you're giving up by not receiving the inoculation. Do that, and then make your decision as to whether or not you're going to get the inoculation or wear a mask. Wearing a mask is not going to hurt anybody. It has never hurt anybody in life. Not ever. Doctors do it in hospitals all the time to keep themselves and others safe. The idea of the mask is to keep others safe, not yourself. The mask doesn't keep you safe. It can't. You have too many other orifices that stuff can get in. Do you know what it does do? It keeps all of your breath and your sneezing and your coughing inside that mask. So that if you get sick, it stays in the mask. And you may not feel sick, but there are people out there that don't feel sick, that are sick. It comes down to this. Are you willing to follow the leaders of the church, the heads of the church, that put out that the inoculation is necessary and that masks are necessary? Or are you not? If you're not, then say you're not willing to follow them. That doesn't mean that you're sacrificing everything. It means that you're not, at this time, currently willing to follow God's will. Since He's the one that had the announcement put out in the first place. They put the announcement out per God. It comes down to that. You make your decision. No one's going to make you do anything. Ever. The decision is yours. Alright, guys. Have a good night. Have a good day. Whatever time you're watching this. I will post again later. Ugh. I've been doing some studying in Genesis that I want to talk about. So I'll probably post about that on Monday. Alright. Bye, guys.